Guys, in this video, let us look at this keratosis obturans. Okay. So basically, where we are, first of all, we'll see we are looking at ear. Okay. And in the ear, we are looking at the external ear canal. Okay, this one. So this has a cartilaginous part and a bony part. Somewhere deep here, if there is this keratosis obturans will be there. Okay. So where will keratosis obturans will be there? It will be in the deep. Okay, deep of the deep meatus, it will be there. Okay. So where are we? Again, in the diseases of the external ear, under the diseases of the external auditory canal, in the diseases of the canal, in that in the miscellaneous conditions, they have put this keratosis obturans that we will read now. Okay. So you have got an idea as to what we are looking at, where we are positioned. Okay. So now let us look at keratosis obturans. So keratin, keratosis, you know what this word is, right? Obturans. What is obturans? Something that is blocking, obstructing. So some keratin mass that is blocking, you can see. Okay. So what is the introduction? Let us read about it. So basically, keratosis obturans, collection of pearly white mass of desquamated epithelial cells in the deep meatus is called keratosis obturans. So definitely you know the location. It is deep meatus. Right? And what will be there here? Desquamated epithelial cells. Okay. Epithelial cells. Okay. Collection of this desquamated epithelial cells. So how will they look? They look pearly white. So this is nothing but keratosis obturans. Okay. Because of this, what will happen? Because of this mass, keratosis obturans, because of this mass, what will happen? There will be bone widening. So there will be absorption of bone actually. There will be absorption of bone leading to widening of the canal. Widening of the meatus. Okay. Widening of meatus. And even the facial nerve may be exposed and paralyzed. Facial nerve can get affected. Okay. So now let us understand each of this. So go back here to the diagram and understand here. So in the deep meatus, there is a desquamated epithelial mass. So it is pearly white they are saying. So let's take white. So it is pearly white mass here. Now because of this, the bone is getting absorbed, and as the bone is getting absorbed, this canal is getting widened, right? The widening of the meatus is happening. So much so that the facial nerve also can get exposed and paralyzed. Now, where will facial nerve be? In the external auditory canal. Now, you have seen the nerve supply of external auditory canal in a previous video. There you have seen that the nerves are mandibular nerve. Okay, that will be from trigeminal, 5th, 10th and facial nerve 7 is there. Posterior wall of the auditory canal will have sensory fibers from the facial nerve 7. Okay. So let's remember here the posterior walls, facial nerve 7, right? So now we are saying this keratosis obturans will grow in such a way that the bone will get absorbed and it can even expose the facial nerve. Posteriorly the facial nerve will be there, right? So let's say this is posterior. We are looking at the posterior now, right? So the facial nerve will get exposed. Okay, nerve we'll put in yellow. So facial nerve can get exposed and paralyzed. So this is kind of the pathogenesis kind of a thing as to what and all are getting affected. Etiology, why, causes, what are the causes? So basically let us see, it is seen in 5 to 10, 20-year-old people, very young people. What do you say? It can affect 1 year or both years. Sometimes it is associated with bronchiectasis and chronic sinusitis. So it is associated with bronchiectasis, okay, and chronic sinusitis. Okay, it can be associated with these two. So what happens? Normally, the epithelium from surface of tympanic membrane migrates into the posterior meatal wall. Failure of this migration or obstruction to migration caused by wax may lead to accumulation of the epithelial plug in the deep meatus. Oh, that's how it happens. Okay. So what they are saying is, the tympanic membrane has the epithelial cells. Okay. These epithelial cells regularly keep coming off. Okay. And they have to migrate into the posterior meatal wall. But because of wax or something, what will happen? These epithelial cells they'll form a plug. See, here there was wax. Because of this wax, these epithelial cells are not able to come out. They are getting accumulated there. And then you will get this keratosis obturans. Okay. Good. So we have understood the pathogenesis also now. So basically pathogenesis is because of wax. They are blaming wax. So because of wax, what happens? The epithelial cells from the surface of the tympanic membrane, which were supposed to migrate onto the posterior meatal wall, they are failing to migrate. Okay. Because they are getting obstructed because of wax, and this will lead to the accumulation of the epithelial plug. Okay. So this is the pathogenesis. Here they don't seem to associate, right, the etiology and the pathogenesis. People who have bronchiectasis, chronic sinusitis, why does this happen? Okay. This is mainly seen in young people. Now let's go to clinical features and treatment. We'll take it in the next slide here. So what are we looking at? Keratosis obturans, right? Did we get the spelling correct? Keratosis. Okay, it is keratin. Keratosis obturans. Is the spelling correct for obturans? Obturans. Okay. Obturans. Now let us look at the clinical features. What will this guy present with? So you are expecting a 10 to 20-year-old kind of a person who will have one or both ears affected. Okay, these people may be having bronchiectasis or chronic sinusitis. Now let us look at other things. They may have pain in ear, hearing loss, because conductive hearing loss, because it's blocked. You can say tinnitus. Tinnitus is ringing in the ear, right? Abdominal. Sometimes ear discharge. So ear discharge, sometimes. Okay. On examination, what will you find in keratosis obturans? Ear canal may be full of pearly white mass of keratin material deposited in several layers. So obviously you will get what? That pearly white mass. Pearly white mass, right, on examination. This will be several layers of mass. Removal of this mass will show you what? That the meatus, bony meatus has widened with ulceration. Even granuloma formation can be there. Okay. When you remove this mass, and then observe, what will you observe? That it can happen that the bone widening of the bony meatus, okay, with ulceration, and even there could be granuloma formation. Okay. So is it clear? So there is a pearly white mass, you're removing it. What are you seeing later? That the bone has got absorbed, the meatus has got widened, right? There could be ulceration and granuloma formation. Okay. So now let us move to treatment of what? Keratosis obturans. Okay. How will you treat? You'll remove the keratotic mass. Keratotic mass is removed by syringing or instrumentation. Right? Syringing or instrumentation. Okay. It is similar to techniques employed in impacted wax. Like impacted wax, how you will remove like that. Secondary otitis externa may be present. Hold on. Like impacted wax, you will remove it. Like same type of procedure. Secondary otitis externa may be present and should be treated. Secondary otitis externa. That means inflammation of the external auditory canal. That inflammation can be there and this has to be treated. Okay. If it is present. How will you treat this? Secondary otitis externa. Say otitis externa can be because of infection or reaction, right? You have already seen this in the otitis externa video. So basically if it is because of bacteria, you will give antibiotics, then antivirals, antifungals. If it is because of fungus, then if it is because of eczematous condition or seborrheic condition or some other things, you will treat it specifically. Go and look at otitis externa video, okay, to know the treatment for that. Then patient should be periodically checked and any reaccumulations removed. So you should have follow-ups, right, to know whether it is reoccurring. So basically reaccumulations should be removed. Recurrence can be checked to some extent by use of keratolytic agents such as 2% salicylic acid. So what you can keep giving is 2% salicylic acid in alcohol, right? To check the recurrence. So that every time you are removing the keratin, so keratolytic agent, that is 2% salicylic acid in alcohol, that will make sure that the recurrence doesn't happen to that extent. Guys, did you understand? The only thing I didn't understand is how they put this acid in alcohol. Won't they get neutralized? Okay. So that's all about keratosis obturans. In YouTube, there is a video on how to remove it all. If you're interested, you can look at them. They're kind of removing that mass. Okay. Okay, so let's take a recap of what we have seen so far in this video. Keratosis obturans, it's a topic of the ear. We are seeing pearly white mass here. Okay. In the deep meatus. So basically the external auditory canal is affected. It's a disease of the external auditory canal. Basically here, desquamated epithelial cells, okay, from the tympanic membrane, they are not able to exit because of wax or some other conditions. So they get accumulated there, leading to this keratotic mass, which is called as keratosis obturans. So basically, this is going to be a pearly white mass, okay. It can lead to absorption of the bone and widening of the meatus. Facial nerve also can get exposed and paralyzed. So it is usually seen in 5 to 20-year-old people. They can be having associated conditions like bronchiectasis and chronic sinusitis. Clinical features will be that they'll have pain in the ear, hearing loss, tinnitus, that is ringing in the ear discharge, pearly white mass. You remove the mass and then you will observe the widening of the bony meatus with ulceration and granuloma formation. Treatment, you will remove the mass by syringing or instrumentation, just like how impacted wax is handled. If there is secondary otitis externa, treatment can be given accordingly. If reaccumulations are there, keep removing. And to check the recurrence itself, you can give a keratolytic agent like 2% salicylic acid in alcohol. That's all in this video. Bye-bye.